Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. So let's take a look at what's happening on the market itself. So as you can see from last week posting, a couple of things which I actually returns came true. Like for example, Dow Jones index, if let's say for price failed to reclaim the last Thursday high and maintain support above the established line. I mean, if you have been watching the video, we could witness a surge in the selling pressure. And indeed, so what happened to Dow Jones? It actually came lower. So this is on the daily chart. As you can see that from last week, Monday, when the market opened, it failed to reclaim this Thursday. Alright, and it's below the Thursday support, and that is where the market continued to drop. So this is what I posted on the 6th of April. If you have been watching my video, you should actually manage to capture all this profit, which I did in my trading account as well. So not only on that, we also mentioned that US oil, may surge above 81 due to the tensions between the Israel and the Iran itself, and it seems like right now these geopolitical tensions continue to surge, and it may come into the fight as well. But of course, we don't really discuss on geopolitical news over here. Next, things to watch out for the stock market. We can see last Friday the most of the index or all the major index actually dropped. Uh, like I said, mainly two things. Firstly, the inflation. Second is the geopolitical tensions, right? So this is actually weighed on the investor sentiments on the Wall Street itself, not doing very well, and not on top of that, last Friday is actually the major banks earnings report. We can see that JPMorgan, the shares have gapped down more than 6% after, even though it posted the first quarter result saying they're slightly positive. But I think the guidance given forward is not that fantastic to what the investor is looking for, and that is why it caused the market to drop. Alright, so Wells Fargo, Citigroup has also dropped accordingly as well. Okay, so not on top of that as well, this coming week they still have earnings report, and also do watch out. The earnings report for this week continue will be the bank itself. Uh, Let me take next week. Yes, so there will be Goldman Sachs, there will be Bank of America, Morgan Stanley will be announcing their earnings report as well. Based on what is happening, even though the earnings report for the last Friday for JP Morgan is doing well, but the shares drop. So doesn't mean good earning as long as you don't hit the expectations, their guidance provided is weakened, it will cause a panic to the market for it to drop. Okay, so just pay attention. People who are holding technology like Netflix, which is quite a good, strong uptrend shares, they are announcing their earnings as well. So do pay attention if let's say you hold a Netflix counter here. Okay, so without further ado, let's go directly to the chart on last Dow Jones. Start off with Dow Jones. This is what I mentioned coming week. So this is the 6th of April, and then for the coming week, what shall we see is that, all right, for the coming week, 14th April 2024, support around 37,500, followed by 37,000. Okay, so I don't want to further write, I just want to do a short comment over here. Okay, so 14th April, as you can see, the price actually dropped below. So the first Fibonacci is 78.6, is around 37,600, which I write 37.5. I always prefer a round figure. And then subsequently, if let's say a break, we'll be looking at the next round figure, which is the 37,000, which I stated in 9 March. Alright, close below may see 37,000 if we break the 38,000. So right now, eventually, it break the 38,000, slowly inch lower. Yes, they may still have some room for Dow Jones to drop, especially there is bank earnings report for the next week continue again. Okay, so I'm biased on the downside for Dow Jones once again. Okay, so that is my view for Dow. And then we will be looking into a certain counter that we have mentioned previously, just to do some recap. So UBS that we mentioned on 23rd March, on 16th March, we stated that it's more, I'm more biased on the downside. So this is 13th April, the first support will be, sorry, this is actually not 13th March, Well, it should be today is 30th April. I just write wrongly. Okay, so this is what I wrote. Alright, so 30 April, you will continue buyers. I'm continuing buyers downside and break and close below this ascending support line. We may see further drop to the first support at 135. Alright, somewhere around here. Okay, so once it's break, then we may see it around here. If you don't feel to support it, and then we may see lower, drift to 120. Okay, so that is what. So that is my thoughts for UPS. Okay, so next we will be looking at BA. Anyone still following this Boeing? I mentioned as well. On 16 March, break below the 23.6%. We may see the Boeing go to 145 as next support level. So this on a weekly chart. Alright, this is on the weekly chart. Let's zoom in. Okay, can you see? Alright, so this is the Fibonacci at 23, which is around the price of 181, and that's why I mentioned if let's say 181, 23.6 support Fibonacci level didn't support well enough, breaking below, we may see 145 next. Alright, so it's somewhere around here. 145 is somewhere around here. Okay, so this is what we are looking at next. Understood? Okay, so that is for Boeing. Next, we will be looking at into AMD. Do take note what is happening to AMD. If let's say you are not sure, basically simply just Google. You can see this thing. The China actually, asked the telco carriers to phase out foreign chips in the is the blow for Intel AMD, because these two actually provide a lot of their products to China, but right now China is asking them to use their own domestic chip makers instead of them, and this is why it causes AMD and also Intel to drop badly. So we can see this is a weekly chart. On the daily chart, you can see that it keep dropping. Okay, so based on Fibonacci level, a Fibonacci retracement, I think he have chance to go to 142, which is the Fibonacci 50%. So today is 14 April. Buyers downside with support around 50% Fibo 145. Okay, so that is my thoughts for AMD. So right, so that's my thoughts for AMD. Do not anyhow long, just take a little bit more time for it to go. Okay, next we'll be looking at Hang Seng Index. Hang Seng Index, previously I did do some writing here, wow, there's a lot, like 14 March, 9 March, 16 March, 23rd March. Okay, so right now let's take a look on the weekly chart itself. We can see that, okay, we can see that the price, sorry, right, the price after cutting above the resistance line, descending resistance line, alright, it's been supported, it's been resisted at 70,000 many times. Okay, right now the price drift lower, so we can put the next support is around 60,000 once again. If it didn't go down and penetrate below, we wait for rebound and then we can buy in for Hang Seng Index itself. Of course, the news is between the chip maker news, so US may actually fight back, and then it may not be good for the Chinese ADR shares in US itself, like those Baidu, like those JD may not be, Alibaba might not be performing well as well. So that is why we need to monitor closely. If the shares able to stabilize, then we may actually want to do a flick up once the price reaches around 16,000. Okay, so do monitor it closely. All right, so that's all for this week weekly market update. Didn't introduce new counter, but AMD is the first. I never mentioned previously. Just want to do a recap. Just be sure that if you're holding the position, what you should do next. All right. So continue monitor subscribe and like my video. Join my Telegram group if you haven't. I will give most recent update faster than the Facebook and the YouTube as well. All right. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you for joining. Bye bye.